Hello again. Today's notes are going to be about Venn diagrams and how they work with sets, whether they're number sets or different kinds of sets. We're going to look at some realistic ones today. And the first kind of Venn diagram is what's called a subset. It is where we have one group that is part of another larger group. And the example here is that set A would be Wayne Student Council members. That would be a small group of people. And set B would be Wayne students. So you see that set A here is in the middle of the set B. That means that all members of set A are part of set B. All Wayne Student Council members are also Wayne students. But there could be people out here that are Wayne students that are not in student council. All right? If someone was out here in this zone, those would be people that aren't either Wayne students or student council members. So myself, I would fit in that outside area. You know, your cousin, your uncle, your neighbor, they would fit in that area most likely. They're much likely not Wayne students or Wayne's student council members. So again, that's called a subset, and you would read it as A is a subset of B. That's how you would read that out loud. Right. The second type of Venn diagram we're going to look at is called a disjoint, and that essentially when the two sets have absolutely no members in common whatsoever. They do not overlap, they do not touch, they're not inside of each other. So an example would be that set A would be the players on the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team, and then set B would be players on the Indiana Pacers basketball team. They should not have anybody that's on both teams at the same time. That'd be really awkward and probably against a whole bunch of rules. So the two circles are completely separated. And then people that lie on the outside of those circles would be members of other teams or people that don't play basketball at all. So me and you, we'd all be on the outside of that. But those set would be called disjoint. All right, A and B are disjoint. Would be how you would pronounce that or say that. And the last kind here is an overlapping set, which is probably the one you're most familiar with. You've probably used this in English class or something like that. And again, that's when you have members of the two sets could possibly overlap but don't have to. So for example, set A, those are females in the United States. So that's a bunch of you. You're a female, you're in the United States. So you'd land in that category. Set B would be a surgical doctor. All right? Those could be male or female. So what we get here in the middle, this middle section, we get some overlap. And that would be someone that fits category A and B. That would be a surgical doctor that's also a U.S. female. Then there's category just B. That would be a surgical doctor but isn't a U.S. female, either a U.S. male or a male or female somewhere from outside the U.S. They do have doctors in other places too, you know. Someone in group A would be just a female. Again, some of you are sitting there right now, and that's you. You're not a surgical doctor, at least not yet. At least some of you might be. Who knows? I hope so. It'd be kind of cool. So anyway, and the people on the outside would be people that don't fit either group, like myself again. I am not a female in the U.S., nor am I a surgical doctor, so I don't fit into either category. All right, so you would say that A overlaps B or B overlaps A, and again, you get this section in the middle where they share information. All right, your assignment is mostly like this. There's a couple in there that are maybe a little trickier than necessary. And then number 10, I forgot to put the picture in, so you can't do number 10. It's too late for me to mess with it now, so you can skip number 10 if you're watching this video. All right, see ya.